Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Wrestling 101, and yes, I know I'm filming and I will have to upload, but this is a special occasion. I am turning this off because I'm driving, and I am joined for the first time in months by...
Hi guys, I know you can't see me, but it's Hardcore Christopher.
Okay, they should be able to see. Well, they still can't see. There you go. Hi.
Hi, I'm driving.
Get off of my wheel. So, anything you want to munch about? Since we haven't done this in a while, there should be some. Okay, I know what we can start on.
Okay.
I don't want people to think I disagree with this. I'm okay with this happening. I just think something else should have happened first. TBS Championship.
Trios.
I think the trios, they have a built-in ready division.
TBS should have waited.
I think the TBS should have waited. They could have built this tournament around Full Gear to be the finalized it. Well, we could have our champion crowned. I'm talking about the trios here, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the champion could have been crowned at Full Gear and let the Super Elite take it. They need to be the first champions. At least they have history with trios.
True.
They've been trios champion, I think, New Japan. Yeah, they had the New Japan and all elite versions of 6-man belts. I just think they got the Luchasaurus's, whatever that tag team is called. I keep forgetting. Jungle Express.
Yeah, Jungle.
They have Pac and the Lucha Brothers. They could put 3 people together out of Taz's team. They could put FTR and a member of Pinnacle with them in a group. I mean, you just about have a full tournament right there. I mean, they've been teaming Moxley and Eddie had been teaming with Darby quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan had been helping out. Daniel had been helping out Christian and Frankie Kazarian from what used to be SCU.
Uh-huh.
That could be a trios. You could also put Scorpion Sky and whatever the other guy's name is. The one that used to be part of the Northern Impact.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, you could put Sky and Page and a member of the UFC idiots. That could be a trios.
Hey, you do realize if those UFC idiots met you in a back alley,
I know, but they'd
beat you to a pulp.
Well, we're supposed to not like them, the bad guys right now. So, and I mean, heck, even if they didn't want to use Moxley and Eddie with Darby, I guarantee you, Sting could find someone else to join them. Jake the Snake could find 2 guys to manage along with his big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of options.
I'm just surprised Tony did not wait until Dynamite actually debuted on TBS too.
The thing is, I don't know if this tournament's going to start until they get there. They are revealing the bracket on Friday, but they still have not released when this tournament's going to kick off. I personally would have it, since they've already announced it, go ahead and have this tournament and finalize it, where the final match takes place on their debut edition on TBS. That's what I would do.
I like it. I really do. You done with the subject, or you want to
move on. Find
okay.
something else.
Let's talk about the upcoming pay-per-view for WWE.
Now, let's hold off on that one, because that could be a long rant.
Okay.
Let's touch on Bound for Glory. I know we don't do Impact very much, but let's touch on that.
I didn't even know Bound for Glory was coming.
It's Sunday.
Oh, it is.
So, there's only a couple items I really want to touch on. One is the Knockout Tag Team titles. against
The Inspiration.
It used to be the Iconics. How do you feel about the Iconics taking titles on their debut? Because there's no way they're not winning that match.
I don't like that they got a title shot right out the gate.
Well,
because I think that, and I know we've talked about this, and you have said it time and time again that Impact doesn't have that many.
Not since they lost Fire and Flavor.
Yeah.
Because when Akil Hogan's contract expired, they lost the only legitimate tag team.
But isn't putting the Inspiration in front of every other female tag team a slap in the face?
They got Madison Rain and used to be Emma. I can't think of her name in Impact.
Tenelle
Yeah, Dashwood. That's the only other team they got right now.
And Madison Rain hasn't been
and that team has only been together since the last set of tapings.
All right.
So maybe Impact is thinking, and they know who they got coming in, that the Inspiration is the only way to go. To put them belts on a legitimate team, to give them belts some credibility. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
That's what I'm thinking they were thinking. I mean, they might be able to pull a disqualification because Madison Rain wanted the Inspiration. She wanted them to have a tag match with her. So maybe she gets involved and causes a DQ. But will they do that at a Bound for Glory? They'll Starcade.
I don't think so.
And maybe, or do they do that and then, what's his face? Demore comes out and go, we're not doing this tonight. There's too much at stake here.
I mean, Impact, even when they were known as Total Nonstop Action, they weren't ones...
They don't throw the DQ match finish out very often. So, do they throw that in, and then he comes out and go, we're not doing this tonight, and have a three-way. And then maybe Madison and her partner wins, just so the Inspiration can take them in 2 or 3 months at their next big show.
I like it.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that could be a way around protecting the Inspiration. Because have Rosemary take the pin. And also having a title change on their Starcade or their Mania.
Okay, you're going to have to help me here. What's going on with, she was with Deanna. I think it was Tiffany or something like that.
Yeah.
What's happening with her?
They are now Su Young's minions.
So it's like Evil Alley.
It's
like Evil Alley.
Yeah, Kimberly. Give me a minute here. I gotta. Kimberly asked Father James Mitchell to turn Su Young back to Su Young. So basically, Susan to Su Young. And Father James go, are you sure about that? He said, I cannot guarantee what we're going to get. He said, every time we try to change her from one to the other, we wind up with something extremely bad. And so Su Young is now, I am about 6 weeks behind. So that's going to tell you, that's a good thing I'm going home after I get done here. So that's one thing that we do have to our advantage. So we got like a three-way women team of Su Young minions. Well, basically 2 and home.
Yeah.
And there could be more by now, for all I know. So we're going to touch on why the X Division title is vacated in a minute.
I thought Option C was dead.
Oh, it's not dead. It's just it's never been used as a Bound for Glory. It's always been Destination X, which I don't understand.
So do you?
But I think the rule is you have to been. Yeah, they did touch on it. You have to have been champion for a year now to use Option C.
Do you want me to be quiet yet?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I, for one.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yeah, just give me a 20 piece, please.
I
Any
like.
dipping sauce?
No, thank you.
All right. How about soda to you for the second window?
Thank you.
I like the. I thought option C was
It used to be, well, the champion at Destination X could use option C.
because Austin Aries invented it, right, or something like that.
Yeah, he was going to want he would go. There's option A, option B. He said, but I kind of like option C. And then I don't even remember what option A and B was supposed to be, but option C, for those of you who do not know, with the X Division title, allows the champion to cash in his title. So basically, for the people that watches the NWA now, it's basically the rule where after the 7th win of a TV title defense, you have the option to cash that belt in for a shot, not a guaranteed champion, but a shot at the world title. In the NWA case, it is the 10 pounds of gold. In this case, it is Christian Cage's Impact Championship.
I don't see Josh Alexander taking it from Christian.
I do, but we will touch on that later. So we have.
Isn't there a match between Mickey and?
I'm getting now. So basically, we have Trey McGillicuddy and 2 other people. I can't think of their names, but one of them has never been champion before. I would say this would be a perfect time to pull that trigger and give them the title. I need to go look. I know I actually... But before we get to the Women's Championship, let's touch a little bit about this new championship that they have. The digital media... Or is it the social media? No, digital. The Digital Media Championship.
Is it kind of like Zack Ryder's old...
No, this belt is actually going to be recognized. This is a recognized Impact title. There is 3 women and 3 guys in this. There is no gender rate on this belt.
Okay.
The champion will be crowned. I don't know if it's on YouTube or the Impact Plus. It could be both. But the pre-show of Bound for Glory.
Okay.
So, what is your thoughts about having a digital championship? Basically, they cannot use it for Impact main show that's on television. It has to be used on a platform that has basically an app platform.
So like Twitch and stuff like
YouTube,
that.
yes.
Yeah. I don't know what to think.
That's the only thing I don't like about it.
I
like the idea of another belt. It could be like a U.S. secondary title. Because the X Division is like a cruiserweight belt. Without the weight limit. That's what that is. Let's just be honest. I do not like the fact that it will not be defended on the main broadcast.
So it's kind of like the 24/7 title.
Pretty much. I like the belt design, but I think they ripped off AEW. Have you seen the belt?
No.
It looks a lot like the AEW title.
Okay. Wait, were we done with Impact or?
No.
No.
We still got a couple more matches.
Okay.
So, Plaza, Mickie James. Before I just got done watching the video, I thought Mickie was a shoo-in. Now, I'm not so sure. Unless she wins a short title run and then drops it back to her for this Brick Vaco and Plaza title for title deal that is being teased with AEW now. I think that's the only way.
I'm confused on how we even got here.
You mean they haven't announced nothing, but I guess both ladies have talked to the GMs, I guess you could call it, and is requesting this match. The only way that Mickie can win a belt from them now would be a temporary title run.
Would she be able to defend the title on NWA television?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, they gotta work in relationships, so probably so. So, that's all we can touch on that because there ain't... So, now we get to go to the main event. Christian Cage versus Josh Alexandra.
Explain your reasoning on why you see Josh winning the...
It gives Impact the belt back. They've not had no title since Omega won it. Yes, Christian is the former champion with them, but he is technically under contract, and especially if they are trying to book a women's title for title. But that could be one where AEW loses their title, not the other way around. That's the only reason I think Christian loses. I would like to see Christian stay for a little bit longer as champion, but I think I will have to look. But this might be his second longest world title run with them.
All right.
So, now that's the Impact talk.
Okay. Me and you had a discussion the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that don't know, he says that I have developed a pattern of people I don't like.
Yeah, legends. Every time they
Explain your reasoning.
Well, every time a legend is in a match, you go, I wish they would retire. Oh. Why? Okay, then.
Okay,
that says everything right there. I understand they shouldn't be going for championships. And yes, we're talking about Bill here, because it seems like, besides the Mac and Crown Jewels, it seems like...
I thought Bill's match with Bobby was just going to be a one-off.
I think this was the plan, and then they realized, wait, we're going to Saudi. We need to keep you around. And apparently they had to pay Bill about $2 million for this extra match.
Ouch!
And from what I understand, Saudi actually demanded Bill. So it's not just WWE using him, it's Saudi wanting the big legend.
It's not that I want the legends to retire. It's like Jericho's great. I just wish he'd get into better shape than he's in.
Well, it might be one of them things that, I mean, they say once you hit 40, it's hard to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what he's doing. I hate to say it, but honestly, right now, the way WWE booking the people they currently have, maybe if they were bringing some legends that can still go, we would have better TV right now. Because right now, we have nothing. Nothing good.
They've even killed NXT for me.
I haven't watched it since week 2.
And yes, I will be watching Halloween Havoc, but...
it's a waste of time, and I've been trying to get him to understand that.
I issued a challenge to you,
and I said no.
And you said no.
I am not watching that for 2 hours. I have it set to record, so I might watch it after it airs, because I'm not watching it live, or I have to set through commercials.
But
I want to be able to fast forward and get through this pain as soon as I can.
So it's kind of like a headache. If it leads to a migraine, you want your migraine
over with as fast as possible. Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk a little MLW.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. We can think of something. So they're starting a women's division.
Yeah,
let's talk that new women's division. And the reason I'm talking about this, not only does it look like they were launching a singles division, they actually got a bona fide tag team in there. So are they thinking about launching both single and tag at the same time? And would that be smart or dumb?
I think it'd be dumb to launch them both at the same time.
I do too, but I know there's at least one legitimate tag team involved. And I am worried that's where they're going. And the reason I'm worried about that is simple, because the Fusion Alpha is supposed to have its own show. Uh-huh. And then Fusion has it separate. So are they going to let the former underground boss operate one, which the Alpha, and let the other guy continue to operate Fusion? And if that's the case, we're going to see trios titles in the one that Alpha. He's a Lucha Libre booker. He's going to book them belts just like he did in
Wasn't he the former booker for Lucha Underground?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He would definitely book that the trios. He
Oh.
will in a heartbeat if he has full control.
Something tells me.
So Jacob Fatu has finally lost the world title.
Have they turned him babyface?
Not yet, but I can see it happening in the week.
I don't see how the crowd is going to get behind him as a babyface.
I think I see how they're going to pull it off. War Chambers is at the next set of tapings. Jacob Fatu could be the one that gets pinned. After the baby faces all get out, then Contra can turn on him and beat him down. And that will probably get the crowd starting to...
So kind of like when Darren Young...
And honestly, it ain't going to be that difficult to get him to be chilled, because even in his match for the title, there was a duo chant going on.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, just for the simple fact the match was to die for. It was awesome. Your thoughts on them giving to Jerry the title in that cruiserweight, the weight limit, so to speak. I know it's not called a cruiserweight, but it's called something.
Unexpected, because usually when
An outside person comes in.
Well, not only that, but usually when, and I hate to use this word, but usually when an old timer comes in, they'll mainly to put over. Yes.
I'm just wondering if he's actually now under an MLW contract, but he's going to be used as the bridge for a walking deal. Okay, now, there was this guy, Alliance Pro Wrestling, and I will have to get back to you on that to talk about something for a minute.
Okay.
Do you have a 20-piece nugget?
I really like Contra, and I really like Jacob Fatu.
Modern day, honestly, they could be considered a modern day NWO, or even a weak goal version or stronger version of LAX. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, to be fair, LAX did not stick around for that long. If you're talking about Homicide and
I'm talking
Hernandez.
about, see, well, that version might have not, but part of them are still around.
But you
Okay.
were going to say something?
What was I talking about? Oh, the Alliance Pro Wrestling did a video earlier. Well, he has one opinion. I have a complete different opinion. Apparently, there was a working relationship with All Japan Pro Wrestling. And he thinks it's good. I'm not going to say it's not good. But my big issue with it is they want to come to the U.S. Great. Then get a TV deal that has, or even an app that has your programming on it with English play-by-play. That way we know what's going on.
Well,
I would focus on doing that instead of focusing on partnerships.
So
right now.
you want a Japanese wrestling promotion to do basically what AAA has been doing for decades?
Or what New Japan is doing now with a US TV.
I'm talking voiceover.
Yeah, do voiceover. If they want to come in the States, if they want no guys in the States, because it sounds like it's a full-fledged partnership. It's not just an alliance. Well, they trade talent. If it was an alliance, that's one thing. But to have a full-fledged partnership, if you want to come in the States that bad, then get something where you can launch a network where you can have both English and Japanese. I mean, All Japan is good, so that's why I'm not completely opposed.
You just
of
don't
it.
like that they're probably going to be speaking in Japanese and we have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, that's my issue with it.
I'll say this. New Japan is going to have themselves an issue when it comes to the language barrier.
Not if they get a new TV deal, which they got Kelly that does all that for them. I'm talking All Japan.
Oh, wait, All Japan's still around?
And apparently, they are in the process of forming some sort of partnership with MLW.
Yeah.
I think if they want to focus on that, they need to get a TV deal that has English play-by-play.
Well,
Or even if they want to work something out, work with the people that they currently have to do voiceovers for them. Or the people that's in MLW, they're all commentating, do voiceovers, something. That way we know what's going on. Know what titles are called what.
yeah.
I mean, besides the World Championship, we wouldn't know what belt's what.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
All right. New Japan. Well, no. All Japan has actually been, I believe, around longer than New Japan. I think the problem that All Japan is going to have is, unlike New Japan, All Japan is smaller. Like, way smaller. There was, I believe there was actually a rivalry between All Japan and New Japan. Because if I remember correctly, I think All Japan was Baba, Giant Baba. And New Japan was Inoki, and they did not get along at all. Luckily that stopped being a thing.
What you talking about?
Well, All Japan, New Japan, and how they hated each other back in the day.
Do you know anything about the Pure title with ROH?
No, I don't.
So basically the rules is Pure Wrestling.
Yeah, they have 3 rope breaks if you use your rope breaks up.
So what is your thought about that 3 rope break rule in the Pure match?
I think it's smart.
Different.
It's different.
But you have to do basically Pure rules, and that's pretty much the main difference that I know.
So instead of professional wrestling, you go back to like high school to college.
There are certain moves that is banned.
Yeah.
Like you can't do a closed fist at all. After 1 warning, it's automatic DQ.
It's different. It's unique. And it makes ROH stand out. And the pure title has a legacy all of its own until they brought it back.
So let's see. So I was watching a video about a year ago. It's been about a year now. With DDT Pro Wrestling, which is another Japanese promotion. This one is one that AEW has a working relationship with why I described to their YouTube.
Yeah.
So this guy is talking in Japanese, so I have no idea what's going on. And there were 6 belts going away. And one of the belts, which is, I guess, was the 6th one was for a lady to hold. The other 5 was for guys. And they did away with the woman's version. They had a big old X on this picture. And I'm like, what is going on? So I actually comment. I said, man, the video sounds interesting. I know that has to be the boss or commissioner or something. I said, I just wish I knew what was going on. So, in this promotion, at one time, they had what they call, you think 3-man or man, listen to this. They had what they call a 12-person championship. There were 6 people on each team. 1 female, 5 guys.
Well, that's taking the Freebird rule to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord Almighty.
So basically what it was they didn't really have that many women in their promotion. And they couldn't keep enough women around, so the belt was always getting vacated. So they were trying to figure out a way to get away from that, so they decided just to drop the woman portion of the belt.
Okay.
Now, for the question of the day. This will be your question of the day.
Okay.
Would let's see, it would be 10-man tag walk in the U.S.? And why would it? And why would it not? And we're going to have to finish that question later. You're going to have to do a video because they're called.
Okay.